What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Truly do appreciate you guys for checking in today. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, guys. We are trying to grow this channel. Also, too, do me a favor, engage with these videos. The thumbs up, the commenting, the sharing, all of that helps us with the analytics of YouTube to help us grow this channel and hopefully, potentially, reach new subscribers and new viewers. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. But as you guys seen in the title, description, and I'm sure by the thumbnail, you guys seen that I've been waiting 2 years to install this part, and there's a reason for it. So as you guys can see, my car is technically a Frankenstein car. So the individual that put this car together originally put this cluster here, and to the untrained eye, this does look like a Mach 1 cluster. But you see that right there, that 6, 7, and 8 on the redlining of the RPM? Well, that's actually not correct. This is not a real and true Mach 1 cluster. This is actually out of a Bullet. So for those of you that are not aware, the Bullets are 2 valves, and that's pretty much where they redline. And the actual Mach 1s and Cobras redline at about 7,000. Now, I'll show you guys that difference. A lot of people did not want me to remove this that I told when I was going to do this. But given the fact that obviously it's not original, the whole car is not original, I figured why not? And on top of that, this guy right here is going to be replaced very soon. And as you guys can see, it's broken. Now, I don't know when this broke. I don't know how this broke, but it broke. And this one isn't the most expensive one. Obviously, this is just a very simple boost gauge that came with the car. And I kept it pretty much because it worked. And then obviously this is my AFR, this is my AEM, and this one obviously looks a lot better. This one, not so much. So given the fact that this broke, it also motivated me more to go ahead and want to replace that. Now let me show you guys the one that I got. So I ended up going with the 99-01 Cobra cluster. The only reason why I decided to do that is because, one, it goes almost to 7,000, 6,000. The red line is different, right? Another thing, the reason why I decided to go with that year is because after that year is the 0304 Terminator. And yes, one of these is replaced. I believe it's this one, the battery voltage one, or one of these is replaced, and it says boost. But the main reason why I didn't want the 0304 and I wanted the 9901 is because it doesn't say SVT or it doesn't say anything Cobra related. Now keep in mind, I know the vehicle is not already authentic, but I figured why be something else, or why try to add more Cobra parts or anything like that when all I wanted was just to have the RPM reach. So I said, I don't need the SVT. I don't need any of that. Let's be honest. I'm not fooling anyone. I'm not trying to fool people and pretend them to be like, hey, like this is a Cobra or anything. Like I am very transparent with this car. I will let you guys know that this obviously isn't a real Mach 1, and I don't, want to continue to add on to that and be like, well, it's not a real Mach 1, but it's not a Cobra and it's not this. And also too, I understand I have Cobra parts on the exterior, but that's just because it looks cool as far as for like completing the aesthetics. But yeah, as far as for the interior, I don't need that in here. I really don't need that. I just wanted this guy, and what helps too is I like the black cluster. I'm not the biggest fan of the silver, to be honest, especially since it's not a real Mach 1, so I'd rather just get rid of that. The only thing I'm keeping is the pedals because I actually like those. Other than that, I don't like that. But this is what I'm going to end up installing. But as you guys can see, very dusty. Like I said before, it's been sitting for 2 years in this box. And I originally got this from a guy that was parting out Mustangs in Florida. And unfortunately for that guy, his shop ended up catching fire and he lost a lot of parts. So I really couldn't get anything else that I wanted other than this. So luckily for me, I got this 2 years ago. Now, I don't even know if it even works, but we're going to find out. And I also want to go ahead and go through this one and try to see if I can remove the ABS light and the airbag light. If I can remove it from here, I'll be very happy. And if I can't for some reason and the cluster decides to act up for some weird way or some weird reason, I'll see if the tuner can go ahead and eliminate those out. But let's open up this cluster and see if we can replace all of the light bulbs, because obviously why am I going to go ahead and install it in there and then one of them not work or whatever for whatever reason. So I'd rather just do it now and get it out of the way. So let's open this up and let's see what kind of lights we're dealing with. All right, so now that I got the screws removed, which the little adapter that I use for that, or the head that I use for that, is a T27, just in case if any of you guys want to do this. So now that I got it removed, let's just pop the face off. And yeah, that's really dusty and disgusting in there. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this. And let me tell you, I'm a fan. I love the white face and the black background. I mean, obviously it's a little dusty, as you guys can see. So gonna have to clean Gonna have to clean that up with a little microfiber towel. Let me see if the face comes off here. Kind of nervous, to be honest. Hold on, let me see if I can take this off. All right, so I tried to pull off the face with the flathead on the sides just to lift, but I kept hearing a lot of cracking and, you know, plastic flexing, and I was like, let's just not do that. And it turns out, guys, I actually received this in 2021. So it's already been 3 years, about to be 3 years next month that I've received this, and I haven't even installed it. But I'm gonna try to see if I can remove the light bulbs so I can see which one it is, which I believe I can just twist them off. And as you can see, O1 Cobra, I think I can just twist them off and remove the light bulb, but let's find out. All right, so I went ahead and figured out that I needed to remove this back cover. So shout out to CJ Pony Parts because they had a YouTube video on it. So I had to remove this cover, which these are the bolts right there, 2, 4, 6 of them. And I was trying to figure out how to remove these, and it just turns out you just twist them until they like kind of click off. Let me see here, I'm not trying to break it. Well, I'm gonna use this really fast. Let's see if it works. And it should kind of just lift up slowly. Boom, there you go. So it has these little like clips on the sides that sound like they're breaking, but it's just like a locking mechanism. So all the light bulbs look good. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back really quick. I'm just gonna remove 3 bulbs actually, and I'll show you guys which ones I mean. So I'm not exactly sure how good it is for you guys, but this is the airbag light and the ABS light. Now, since I don't have an ABS module anymore, this light stays on, so it's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna remove that light bulb and hopefully nothing freaks out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and remove the airbag light bulb because, well, I have an aftermarket steering wheel and this light is pretty annoying. So let me see if I can remove those and hopefully nothing freaks out. So this is essentially what it looks like. You have this little guy and then you have this little tiny light bulb. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, which I already did, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this back so it at least has a connection there, and hopefully this doesn't start a fire or anything. A lot of people told me that I could just remove the light bulb, but it's always sketchy when you're messing with electrical because, you know, you can mess something up, and I don't want to do that, but we're just going to give it a shot because I hate those lights on. I hate any dash lights on, so let's see what happens once we install it. But let's go ahead and remove the other one. All right, so now that this one has been cleaned, especially everything in there, now, as you guys can see those little like baby white marks in there, I think that's like paint or something, because I tried to get as much of that dust out as possible, but it's just pretty hard and difficult to get in there. And I try to use an electronic duster, and yeah, it did a little bit of the work, but you know, that's the best I could do given with what I had. And I went ahead and wiped this down and it looks so much better. But before I actually install this in there, I have to remove this little like bezel, this little housing, and I have to make sure that I put the car back to stock. Now, as you guys know, my car is tuned, and it is tuned, and because of that, I have to go ahead and put everything back to the stock format, because if I don't, the electronics and the key and everything will not read once I install this, and it won't start. So I have to make sure that I remove the tune that I currently have and put it back to a stock tune so I can go ahead and make all of this work, because my tuner, when I let him know that I was going to do this, he went ahead and put a special tune for this cluster so I can go ahead and install it and make it all work. Now, I don't know exactly why all of this was necessary 100%, but I guess my assumption is because of the whole electronic situation. But let's just go ahead and put this back to a stock tune, and let's hope all of this works. All right, so now that that's done, it's safe to say we can go ahead and remove this. All right, so the old cluster is out. Let me see if it says anything back here. Nah, doesn't say if it's a 2-valve or not, but I already know it's a 2-valve. Now let's see if all this hard work actually pays off. So let's install that guy. All right, so the cluster's in and I'm already liking it. Now I just have to see if I can program it back to how it used to be with the new tune. So let's give it a shot. All right, so as you guys can see, I have reload tune support disabled, PATs off, 91, and stock tune. So I'm gonna go ahead and put PATs off. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the one. There you go. Hopefully this is the one that works, because if it doesn't, it's gonna suck. But in the meantime, while that's doing that, I just wanted to show you guys, this is the, I guess you could say the boost gauge that I currently have right now, and it's just falling apart. All that little white stuff on the floor. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Yeah. All right, so the theft light is going crazy. This is doing that. We're gonna find out exactly what is gonna happen. That's kind of sketch. but let's find out. Let's see if it works. Come on, baby. All right, looks like something is working. It's just every time that thing went beep, beep. Yeah, that right there, it's kind of sketchy. I'm hoping nothing bad happens, but only time will tell. All right, so now that the tune is done, I'm gonna check the gauges here really quick. On position, and let's turn on this car right now and see what happens. It all worked on. That's fucking sick. I'm assuming the theft light is gonna turn off all by itself. If it doesn't, then I'm probably gonna have to remove the cluster and remove that light, but it turned on. That's pretty sick. Everything is reading. Theft light is on, which is kind of annoying, but I'm assuming because it needs some time to adjust. I'm hoping at least, because if not, that's gonna suck. All right, but with that being said, let's just put all this back in and make it look pretty again. All right, so now that it's fully back in its position, obviously I'm gonna be replacing this soon, so don't judge me so hard on that. Obviously, I can't really do much about it. It's like falling apart and it's just leaving dust everywhere, so I feel bad for that, but I will be installing a new one very, very soon. So I just wanna show you guys something. So the theft light is going crazy still, and that's kind of annoying. But the car itself turns on, everything turns on. More than likely, I'm gonna have to remove that theft light or see if when I go tune it, the tuner can go ahead and remove it. But I just wanted to show you guys something. Obviously, you guys know my car is a Grabber lime green. And check this out. Boom, it's green, which is actually pretty fucking cool. Again, that light is pretty annoying. That's what that is. So I'm gonna have to talk to the tuner and see, hey, I already did that tune and it's still on going crazy and so on and so forth. But what do you guys think? You guys like this look? I like this look a lot better. I like the green. I know it's gonna pop a lot more at night because obviously it has the white faces, and yeah, I kind of like it. Now it kind of flows with this, but obviously I'm gonna get an AEM one to go on this side, and hopefully that will kind of complete the aesthetics of it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and with that being said, guys, I will catch you guys on the next one. Again, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, because that'll let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, see you guys on the next one. Peace.